Good morning, everyone. It's February 14th, 2020. You know what that means, lovers. It's Valentine's Day. Now that everybody's creeped out, if I had some weird 70s porno music, I'd put that in the background here. Now that everybody's sufficiently creeped out, we can get on with our introduction. I am the Crypto Insider, coming at you from Austin, Texas, with another cryptocurrency video regarding the space and where we're at today. We have a few articles today. One's on, there was a flash crash on Bitmex, and people are saying that the stop losses they had put in place failed to trigger, which means they lost a lot of money, and someone else that maybe had a limit order for some cheap XRP made some money off them. So if you're a user of the Bitmex exchange, you might want to be aware that there are people saying that stop losses aren't triggering, and it's an interesting story because the CEO is a guy that apologized. We covered, he said some negative things about XRP a while back. And we have a story about a company offering a tax refund service so you can get your tax return back in XRP. Before we go through all that, here at the Crypto Insider, we don't sell anything. There's no products to buy. You can't buy a Crypto Insider beer koozie, although that'd be really cool. I'd like to have one of those myself. We don't have t-shirts or frisbees or keychains or any sort of swag like that to give out, unfortunately. But we do donate to charity for each new subscriber to the channel. What you're seeing on the screen before you is yesterday's donation. I think we had 9 subscribers. Well, there's the harp just bursting its way into my video, as usual. If it sets off the harp, you know we had some good subscriber action. So there it is. But anyways, we send a little bit of XRP to charity for each new subscriber to the channel. Good XRP is the Good Souls group. They vet all the charities that they give to. I know somebody had some problems with St. Jude's, and in the past, somewhere around 2013, they were one of these charities that were spending a lot of money on overhead and fundraising. But to become a Good Souls group, they probably had to clean up their act, because the Good Souls group will not just let anybody submit their charity. You have to go through a vetting process. But anyways, a dog rescue's on there, St. Jude's, One More Home, Wandering Wave, Clean Water Fund, Homeless Vets, tree planting, educational materials for kids. All these are good, worthy causes. We like giving to the Good Souls group because it means we got subscribers and it helps them get their mission done. Well, it's never done. I mean, the sort of stuff is just something that's a constant battle that they're always fighting. Let's get right into the price action of cryptocurrency. One thing that we keep our eye on here at the Crypto Insider channel is Bitcoin dominance. We're down to 61.85%, and this is down. We're down almost 10% or more from 6% we're down from 30 days ago. But I remember seeing it at 69 or 70%. So as this drops, the charts will diverge more, and these coins are going to have to stand on their own. In the last hour, specifically for XRP, we're at 32.9 cents. 32.9 cents, up 1.1% on the 24-hour, up 0.81% on the hour, so it looks like there's some price action picking back up. Bitcoin almost flat, almost where it was yesterday. It has a little bit of a gain. Ethereum picking up a little in the last hour here to 273. Ethereum's been a really big, solid performer for a while, and we have a lot of technical analysts that we like predicting nothing but good things for Ethereum. So if that's one of your positions, hopefully that brings you some peace of mind. DIY Investing, one of our favorite chart analysts here at the Crypto Insider channel, put out a video yesterday regarding XRP. It's worthwhile to watch if you have the time and if you subscribe to DIY investing. If you don't, you should. Unless you don't like the technical nerdy jargon, it's more for traders, in my opinion. But he does explain the charts and what he's looking at in a way that's easy to digest. You don't need to be, an egghead to understand what DIY investing is laying down for you. Tezos, back on the rise again. It's been another really solid performer over the past few weeks. If you have a position in Tezos, I hope you got in early and have made some money. I bought some the other day. Just a few days ago, I converted some XRP to Tezos. And I did that at around $2.62. So even that small position, it wasn't a ton, even that small position has made a significant return. And I did the same thing with Link a few days ago, which is also up 4.28% in the last hour, 9% on the day. So we've got some good returns and some good opportunities in the altcoin space. The further this dominance drops, the more likely, in my opinion, that an alt season is triggered. Our total market cap has surpassed the psychological mark of 300 billion. So it looks like we might even have some new money coming in. Liquidity index spot is probably killing it, probably still killing it for XRP. There are a lot of indicators, a lot of bullish indicators in the market. Sorry, I do. I am I have been working in the fintech space for 17 years, and every once in a while you'll hear these weird little noises. It's because I'm a remote employee and I'm getting asked questions by various people I work with throughout the organization. I don't work in the payment space, so I always like to clarify that because I don't have any special knowledge regarding remittances or cross-border payments because it's just not the area that I got into. Maybe I should. Maybe I should explore that and see what we have on our internal job boards, see if there's any opportunities there. The first story we have is from Reuters. It's regarding Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin's 2020 rally another flash in the pan by Tom Wilson? It says crypto analysts are split on whether Bitcoin's rise this year is driven by unique factors or is just the latest bout of volatility. But many agree on one factor, the upcoming cut to the supply of Bitcoin. And if you're new to the crypto space, you'll hear that cut referred to as the halvening. And that means that the same amount of Bitcoin mining has to take place for half of the reward. So it cuts the supply, and the theory is that the supply cut will cause a price spike. It's like anytime there's a gas shortage. I don't know if you've ever lived through a gas shortage, but if you haven't, it drives up the price of whatever gas there is that's liquid on the market significantly. Bitcoin has soared by almost half this year to more than 10,000 for the first time since October. On Tuesday, it hits its highest in 5 months. The cryptocurrency's 11-year history is replete with fast ascents and equally rapid plunges. In late 2017, it rose 3.5 times in just 35 days to reach almost 20 grand. It then slumped 70% in 7 weeks. Such wild and often inexplicable swings are why Bitcoin faces a struggle to become a functioning currency. I disagree with that statement. I think Bitcoin has a lot of challenges outside of volatility to becoming a functioning currency. A lot of currencies are volatile throughout the world. It talks about 35 days. If you buy a bunch of Mexican pesos today, they may not be worth the same 35 days from now, or, certainly in a country like Venezuela or any of the developing nations, 35 days is a long time to hold currency, and it could be worth not the same as it was when you got the said currency. If you live in the U.S. Or the U.K. or somewhere where the currency is relatively stable, you're not used to that sort of thing. So a lot of people tend to view the dollar as being very stable, and then they view cryptocurrency as being very volatile that live in the U.S. But honestly, if you're sending U.S. dollars down the ODL corridor to Mexico, in the 10 seconds it takes, XRP is way more stable probably than most regular currencies in that 10-second time frame, because the transaction's gone from start to finish in 10 seconds. So there's not a lot of time for volatility to hit the marketplace in context of a single exchange ODL transaction. I'm getting off topic. This time around, some market players point to a confluence of drivers not seen before. Arcane tech factors, expectations for mainstream acceptance, and macroeconomic trends are leading markets to look again at Bitcoin's worth. You can argue that there is fresh valuation going on, said Russ Mold, investment director at AJ Bell, a stockbroker that oversees assets worth $71 billion. And it goes on to talk about the halvenings. What's interesting to note is that we can only look at two previous halvenings and say that this big price action is going to happen again. And a lot of money is going to flow into Bitcoin in anticipation of this halvening. But I would not suggest, and I'm not a financial advisor, I would not put all my eggs in the halvening basket. And maybe that'd be to my own detriment, but I'm a big believer in diversification. And having only had two halvenings before, that's not really a good trend to view two times. If if you were a doctor trying to get a medicine approved and you only had been able to experiment on two patients with it, or run trials with two patients, you're not going to get a lot of good data from that experiment. Maybe it will. The theory is sound that when you cut supply, the price will rise, but I wouldn't put everything I had into Bitcoin in anticipation of the halvening myself. That's what I'm saying. It talks about hype, savings, and digital dollars. Things are aligning, said Jamie Farquhar, portfolio manager at crypto firm NKB Group. But the real thing that people are looking at is the halving. Yes, and there are some analysts that believe that Bitcoin's current valuation of 10,300 or whatever it is has the halvening baked into it. That it accounts for that already, and the halvening may not provide the big bump that everybody's expecting. I don't know. I kind of think we will get a bump, but it may end up being short-lived on Bitcoin. But we'll come back to that, and we'll see whether the crypto insider was right or wrong. We're right about some things, wrong about others. The next article from CoinGape.com, no rollback or refunds for Bitmex clients, exchange says after XRP's 58% flash crash. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the video. There was one trader that said he lost his entire account basically through a flash crash from 34 cents to 14 cents. And they're saying their stop losses did not trigger. I don't know. I don't have a Bitmex account, and I don't trade on Bitmex accounts. And the CEO is Arthur Hayes. A rather skeptical comment on XRP, which has raised a ton of questions on the events of the flash crash on Wednesday. And the rise of XRP past the key resistance level of 32 cents, Arthur tweeted, "Cripple the shorts, pro tip. The buy and sell buttons are equally profitable regardless of whether or not you are trading a turd." He does not, he had to come out and apologize. Well, he didn't have to, but he did come out and apologize for comments he's made on XRP in the past. I don't understand this trend. There's both him and then there's the CEO of Galaxy, of these CEOs coming out bad-mouthing XRP, even though they're selling XRP products. Bitmex sells XRP, or trades in XRP, and has some sort of perpetual contract thing going, or swap with XRP. I don't understand why you would come out. I think he's the guy that called it dog shit. I don't understand why you would come out and say, buy our dog shit. as a CEO. There's no business school that teaches that, if you really want to sell your product, call it dog shit. That's not in any class. Trust me, I have a degree in business administration with data management. Sorry, and I've met with quite a few CEOs and senior people, and none of them have ever taken that path or suggested that our company take that path. So I don't know if anybody can become a CEO of some of these crypto companies if they just hand it out or they have a raffle or a random draw for who gets to be the CEO that week. But that seems more likely than them really vetting these people. Thankfully, Ripple has Brad Garlinghouse, who is solid, and I agree with a lot of his methodologies and a lot of his goals, having read his Peanut Butter Manifesto way back when he was at Yahoo. All right, this next article from you today, XRP tax refunds become available for all American taxpayers, by Alex Dovbynya. I always have to say his name like I'm a evil Russian out of a 1980s Harrison Ford movie. Tax service provider Refundo has just made an announcement about allowing its customer to receive state or federal tax refunds in XRP, Ethereum, or Bitcoin Cash, the company's press release states. Before the above-mentioned cryptocurrencies were added to the service, Bitcoin had been the only option for 141 million American taxpayers who wanted to dabble in crypto. Refundo introduced its CoinRT product that allows receiving taxes in Bitcoin back in May 2019 after forming a partnership with BitPay. I'm not going to read this whole article to you, but the level of convenience comes at a price. Refundo customers are required to pay a flat fee of $34.95. Now, I don't understand this at all as a product. Why would you want to pay $35 to have your crypto taxes, in addition to whatever you probably paid to file them with TurboTax or whatever program you use? Why would you want to pay some company to buy cryptocurrency with this and then transfer to you that said cryptocurrency? Why wouldn't you just have it all direct deposited into your account and then buy the cryptocurrency? Because a transaction off an exchange, you can get quite a bit of XRP for less than $34.95 in fees. I don't see why they do that, but they do. Maybe when you're dealing with, I don't know, what's the average tax return? A couple $1,000. So maybe when you're dealing with 6,000 and 7,000 6 or 7,000 XRP transactions at a time, that $34.95 does get eaten up faster. But I would think it'd be much cheaper just to get your tax return in fiat and then buy the whatever cryptocurrency you wanted, whether it was XRP, whatever, on an exchange. But maybe I'm wrong about this and there's a use case that I'm not seeing. If you are planning to get your tax return sent to you by Refundo in cryptocurrency, let me know why you chose that in the comments rather than to go buy the cryptocurrency yourselves. Or if you can, even if you have nothing to do with Refundo, you can just think of a reason why people may want to that I'm overlooking. Again, I make these videos when it's early. Maybe I missed it. It's very possible. Go ahead and leave that in the comments. Remember, I'm going to pop some videos up on the screen. Subscribe and get some money to At Good Souls group to focus on their charity missions. You can continue your crypto insider journey by clicking on those video links and seeing some of our previous videos. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below, and I will see you tomorrow.